Maloney in the Dust by Brendan Kennelly. Before Mike Nelligan died, Maloney said, he willed that he wanted to be cremated and to have every grain of his mortal dust scattered abroad in the Shannon. Now he asked me once, since I was his friend, if I'd scatter him to the Shannon wind. Well, I thought for a while 'twas fearful odd, but there's many a way to go to God, and this is as good as any. Nelligan, I said, I'd be glad to scatter you after you're dead. Years later, Mike Nelligan died, and I arranged to have him cremated. At death, he weighed over 16 stone, but when the burning was done, Mike Nelligan fitted in a small box that I tucked away in my arse pocket. As fine a dusk as could blow your way when the wind plays games on a summer's day. Well, I hired a boat at Tarbert Quay and rowed me out into the Shannon till I was a fair distance from the land, and then I stopped, pulled in the oars, stood up in the boat and looked around. Not a sinner in sight except myself and a mangy seagull overhead, and I took Mike Nelligan out of my pocket. And with a final look at the dust of the dead, I pitched it high above me head. It seemed for a moment to stick in the air, as if 'twould forever linger there. But the tricky hool of a Shannon wind blew it straight back into me mouth, and not a thing can I do about it. Well, as I'm sure you'll understand, I thought I'd go clean out of me mind. I'm not the kind to swallow a friend. Then I thought what I had to think. I'd go back to Tarbert for a drink and pray for the peace of Nelligan's soul. So I started to row me back to land, one mangy seagull when the sky was all I had for company, till I stood in the pub in Tarbert town and washed my good friend Nelligan down. God rest you, Mike, I said as I drank, thinking how fire had made him shrink. God rest your dust in river and sea, and God rest the rest of your dust in me.